but the CIA is only in the business of collecting information, kidnapping people, and assassinating people. So it's quite a menacing statement that he does need to clarify.
Delegation to Washington, I hope, comes at a critical time. As one of the co-conveners federally of the parliamentary friends of Julian Assange, we've been scheming to bring this forward the last few months, and this will coincide with a joint sitting of Congress, so both houses of Congress will be sitting, and that's why it's a particularly useful time for us to go. It's also in a parliamentary break in the Australian Parliament. So it's the moon and the stars have aligned to enable this delegation to go. And it's within the shadow of the extradition proceedings in the UK, which, if the appeal is not, if leave is not granted, the appeal doesn't proceed, that extradition could happen in days, weeks. So it's a critical time to go.
Just for one day. As a lead up to Albo's visit to Washington later this year, is it time to kind of soften the ground?
Well, I think it'd be fair to say it wasn't accidental that we chose this time. If you read the open letter, and I'm sure you have, and many others have, you'll see that in fact there are two principal political targets or governmental targets that we have. One is the Biden administration itself, and to say to the president, well, there is such a strong level of support for Julian, and if they take the next step and extradite him, that is going to cause a sharp outcry across the Australian public, and a very sharp outcry in the Parliament itself, and just at a time when the United States says that it wants to deepen its friendship with Australia through AUKUS and other measures. I think the message that we will take, that if that happens, it will be very damaging to the bilateral relationship. It's very important for the Biden administration. But I think it's also important we take that message to the Department of Justice and the Attorney General. Because as you would know, any prosecution can only proceed while it's in the public interest.
Yes.
It is impossible to see how there's a public interest in continuing to prosecute Julian Assange.
Yeah.
He's already been imprisoned for a multiple of any reasonable level of sentence according to precedent in the United States. And he's been put under such appalling stress, even within their own bounds of their own justice system. There is a compelling case to end the extradition proceedings and see Julian home. And of course, the final message we'll be taking is Australia does not accept the legitimacy of these laws.
We can be heroes just for one day.
Tell me, Alan, when did you first become aware of Julian Assange?
Oh, right away. I migrated to this country from the Middle East, so the work that Julian Assange put out there touched home. I was born in Beirut, Lebanon, came in '88. So instantly, I looked at Julian and said, that's a true Australian, a true hero, and that's what journalism is meant to be all about. They're meant to sit there and break the big stories. It's unfortunate how I've come up with the term, it didn't happen directly when Julian Assange was attacked, but I call it a coincidence attack. So it's always a coincidence. Oh, there's a rape victim. Save Julian Assange, absolutely.
Save him.
Work the truth about these global... Okay, and as time progressed, we saw more coincidence attacks. We've seen it happen with Russell Brand, Andrew Peters, Tucker Carlson. I'm not going to say specifically me. I'll let the, I face my own little coincidence after my series, but I won't delve into that too much. But yeah, it's if you're allowed enough voice, and if you break something like if you mention a story or expose something very early on, I'm not talking about the stuff that, everyone else is sharing on LinkedIn. I'm talking about like groundbreaking story. Something where you've got access to some leaked footage and that circulates around the world. Well, the powers that be, they need you silenced. So in any means possible.
Now I hear you just yelled out "Free Julian." Tell me.
Free Julian.
Tell me what
you know. You have a look at what's going on right now to Tucker. You have a look and see what's going on to what's his name in England, Russell Brand.
Oh yeah.
It's the same. And so America are just not good people, are they?
So how long have you been supporting Julian for?
Oh geez, ever since he threw them things out, I think 2004, 2005, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah,
No, 2006 he started WikiLeaks, and then he started.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so a while I've been into it. I've been having a look, and I've been seeing what's going on because I'm from the Central Coast.
Okay.
And he's from Newcastle.
Yeah. Good on you. Thank you very much.
Say China, most European countries, the United States, is the last free generation. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you're known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents plastering your name.